Hi, good morning, my kindergarten friends. It is Mrs. Foster, also known as the Math Queen. It happens to be Tuesday morning when I'm recording this video for math. So let's go ahead, my mathematicians, get in it to win it. And always remember, this is the 19th video that Mrs. Foster has made for your class's YouTube channel. Always go back from the beginning and start them over. You'll have your laptops for the summer, so you might as well keep that brain and your body nice and active. All right, so let's go over expectations. Point to your brain and say, we think. Frame that face and say, we act. And then make that talking sign and say, we talk like a mathematician. And let's get ready. Kindergartners at Sheridan are the smartest in the world. A mathematician is a person who studies numbers and shapes. So the first thing we're going to do today is we are going to warm up our brain with counting. I say this all the time, but one goal in kindergarten is being able to count forward from any given number within 100. So today we're going to start at 28 and we're going to count all the way up to 48. Now, let's review, though, what happens when we get to the end of one of our decades. So when we get to the end of the 20s, we're at 29. What number comes next? It will always be 30. So then you'll go all the way to the end, and you'll be at 39. And what number comes right after 39? 40. So then those don't change. 30, 40, we would get to 50, all of those. So once you learn the order, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy to count forward from any given number. So go ahead and lock 28 in your brain and let's count with Mrs. Foster. 28, 29, 30, and then 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Whew, nicely done, kindergartners. Now, a challenge. This time we're going to start at 48 and we're going to count back down to 28. So lock 48 in. I'll even put up my 8 fingers. So if we have 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41. Now we're at 40, so we're going to go back to 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. Now we're back at 30. So I'm going to get my 9 fingers up again. And then it would be 29, 28 is where we're going to go ahead and stop. Nice job. Give yourselves pat, pat, pat on the back, back, back. Now the next thing we're going to do, Mrs. Foster has some 10 frames with blue dots on them. I'm going to quickly show you, and then I'm going to ask you how many dots and how many more to 10. So you ready? How many dots? How many more to 10? This one seems to be an easy one. There were 5 dots, and we would need 5 more to get to 10. Okay, here comes our next one. How many dots? How many more to get to 10? Let's take a look. Did you say 8? And again, I'm showing it fast, so you have to be able to count it the math way. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 more to get to 10. Okay, here comes our next one. How many dots? How many more to get to 10? Okay, let's check. So there were, how many dots? 6. How many more to get to 10? 4. 6 and 4 make 10. Okay, here comes the next one. Okay, there's no way you could have counted those dots by 1. How many dots? How many more to get to 10? Okay, did you say that there were 7 dots? 5, 6, 7. How many more to fill that up? We would need 3 more, which would make 10. Okay, here comes one. How many dots did you see? How many more to make 10? So how many dots? It's all filled up. So we know that there's 10 dots. So how many more to make 10? 0. 10 plus 0 equals 10. Okay, here comes the next one. How many dots did you see? And how many more to make 10? Let's see, let's check our work. Did you say 9 dots? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many more to get to 10? 1. 9 plus 1 equals 10. Okay, here comes the next one. Gosh, how many dots did you see? And then how many more to make 10? Well, it's probably real easy. You saw 1 dot. So how many more to make 10? I know down here that this is 5 empty. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, since 9 plus 1 equals 10, 1 plus 9 equals 10. Here comes the next one. How many dots did you see? And how many more to make 10? Let's go. I bet you had no problem seeing 3 dots. Now, how many more would we need to fill this up to 5? We would need 2 more. And then how many dots on the bottom would we need? We need 5 more. And so 5, 6, 7. Get a picture of that. 3 and 7 make 10. Okay, here comes our next one. How many dots? And how many more to get to 10? So how many dots were there? There were 2. Now you should be experts with knowing the combinations of 5. So how many more would we need to get, if we have 2, how many more to get to 5? 3. And then if we're at 5, how many more to get to 10? 5. And now all we have to do is add 5 and 3 together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 and 8 make 10. So get a picture of that in your brain. Here comes our next one. How many dots did you see? And how many more to make 10? Did you say 4? So how many more would we need to make 5? What goes with 4 to make 5? 1. And then what goes with 5 to make 10? 5. So we would need 6 altogether. 4 and 6 make 10. Now here's one that's really easy peasy lemon squeezy, kindergartners. How many dots did you see? How many more to make 10? How many dots? 0. So how many more dots do we need to fill up this 10 frame? Did you say 10? You are exactly right. 0 and 10 make 10. Now the next thing that we're going to be working with, I've got my magnetic wand out, so we must be working with counters. And then I have my 2 screens. And so I am going to be putting some red counters down and covering them up, and then adding some blue counters and covering up. And your job is to figure out how many all together. So I do need to move my computer down, or my screen down. Okay, so the first thing, I have 3 red dots, and I have 2 blue dots. How many is that all together? Okay, shall we check? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 dots all together. Okay, don't You could have also used your fingers. You could have 3 fingers and 2 and then counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this time, Mrs. Foster's getting her dots over here. I have 4 red dots. And I have 3 blue counters. Dot. How many all together? Okay, let's check. Let's see. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because remember, the number that you stop on tells you how many all together. And I'm making sure that I'm touching that. So if you got 7, you were exactly correct. Okay, here comes my next group. I'm going to put them down here. This time, I have 5 red counters. And I have 3 blue counters. How many counters do I have all together? So there were 5 under here and 3 under here. Let's check and see if you were correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 8 counters. All right, one more. Pull them all to the side here. Okay, this time I have 6 red counters covering those up, and I have 4, blue counters covering that up. How many all together? So remember, 6 and 4. Okay, let's look it up and see. Let's see how many there were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ended up having 10 counters all together. Okay, so now I get to use my favorite tool here. I've got some blue ones over here. These counters are special because they're magnetic, so it makes it really easy for Mrs. Foster to clean those up. Whoops. And we'll get some here, and I can put those away. All right, my mathematicians, we are going to go ahead and stop right there today. You might find some pennies or some Cheerios or some different cereals and make little combinations and cover them up and see if you can figure out how many you have all together. All right, let's go ahead and end our lesson. I've got my hand here. I hope I have about 80 kindergarten hands on top. I'll sandwich mine down. Let's do our math cheer. 1, 2, 3, math is cool and tigers rule. Break. Bye, my fabulous friends. I'll make another video for you on Thursday. That'll be our 20th video. Wow, I love it.